What's up, everybody? What's going on? This is my Raw St. Louis review. The Raw after Payback. I always do reviews for Raw after pay-per-views. I do not do reviews every week for Raw because it's pretty pointless. Unless something really big happens, and maybe I'll do a review on Raw sometime if it's not after a pay-per-view. Anyways, this show, Raw St. Louis after Payback, this show was not a great show, but it was good. It was good enough for me. First thing I'm going to do is tradition that I always do for my reviews of pay-per-views and sometimes Raws. I'm going to read you my poll results for Raw tonight. I put out a poll asking you to rate tonight's Raw St. Louis, and the fucking results did not show up, so I have to reload the page. Anyways, let's try it again and see if the fucking results show up. Rate tonight's Raw, as I said, Raw St. Louis. Still waiting for this fucking Twitter page to load. Here it is. It should be here. There's a FU Roman tweet right before the poll that I put out. I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns. The fucker is pissing me off with his fucking Superman punch and just how he acts in the ring. Here it is. Rate tonight's Raw. My poll results. 19 people voted. Thank you for voting if you did. I had a 5, number 5, or number 2, number 4, number 6, or number 8 rating. 5% said Raw was the number 2. 26% gave it a 4. 32% gave it a 8. 37% gave Raw a 6. So the number 6, I guess, wins the poll results. Thank you all for voting on my Raw poll. So here we go. Raw St. Louis kicked off, and I'll rant about Roman at the end of my video, and I'm going to use a lot of profanity. If you're a kid watching this and you're under 18, well, you probably heard every swear word in the book at school anyway, like I did when I was in school, so it doesn't really matter. I'm sure you heard swearing before. I'm sure you have all heard curse words before. Unless you're like under 10 years old, you probably shouldn't be watching this, because I'm going to use a lot of profanity. And by the way, my shows, I mean, some of them I don't even swear on. But a lot of my reviews are not PG. They're not for kids. So here we go. Stephanie opens the show, comes out, doesn't get a good reaction. Stephanie gets a lot of boos at her, and she's talking for a while. And then out comes Shane McMahon. He comes out. Shane McMahon gets a huge pop, huge reaction again. And then Stephanie has a gift for Shane. She gives Shane a gift. It is a picture that Vince had of Shane as a little boy. I believe he was holding Shane, and then Vince threw it on the ground and broke it, stomped on it. So Stephanie gave him that picture. That was nice of her to do that for her brother. Anyways, Kevin Owens, and his music hits. He comes out, he gets a good reaction, good pop. Even though he's a heel, he has a lot of fans as a heel. And Kevin Owens, I don't think he should ever be babyface. His character just wouldn't work, in my opinion. Kevin Owens comes out, talks, and says he wants his shot at the Intercontinental title. He never got his rematch because he lost at WrestleMania, and I guess he's never got his rematch for over a month. whatever. Kevin Owens shouldn't be worried about the Intercontinental title. He should be worried about going after the WWE title, but whatever. They're going to have him go after the IC title because that's what they're booking Kevin Owens to do. I don't got a problem with it. Kevin Owens is out there talking, then Cesaro comes out. He gets a big reaction, big pop. Cesaro talks for a while, says he wants his shot at the Intercontinental title. And then Shane McMahon says, well, you two can fight it out, and whoever wins will be the number one contender for the Miz's Intercontinental title. Miz is at ringside on commentary with Maurice. Maurice is hot as hell. It's always a pleasure seeing her on TV. Miz, I'm tired of him. I wish he'd go away on a vacation. Just like the Big Show, I hope he stays away for a long time. Anyways, back to the match. Kevin Owens Cesaro was very good. It wasn't that long, but it's very good. Ends when the Miz runs in the ring and attacks Cesaro with the Intercontinental title disqualification finish. So, DQ. And then, after that, all three. Sami Zayn. At first, Cesaro, Miz, Kevin Owens are arguing. Kevin Owens and Miz push each other like they're about to fight. And then Sami Zayn's music hits. He comes out. He beats the crap out of Miz, takes him out, beats up Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn does his running boot in the corner. I believe there's a name for it, but I forget the name. So then the Miz bails out, runs away like the scared heel, and Sami Zayn is the one left standing in the ring with Cesaro. We're going to have a fatal four-way, I'm pretty sure, at Extreme Rules for the Intercontinental title. The opening match was pretty entertaining and pretty good, but they couldn't really go anywhere else, so that's why the DQ finish happened, in my opinion. But it was good after the match to see all of them fighting each other. Up next, we had Dean Ambrose backstage. And Dean Ambrose goes up to Stephanie and starts talking to her and pointing at her saying, you're not a new person, you're not changed, there's no way you are changed. You're the same old Stephanie McMahon. And Stephanie says, no, Dean, she says, you still have the Ambrose Asylum, and I want to be your guest, and you can ask me whatever you want. So then Dean says, okay, he looks pretty excited. He says, okay, I'll see you out there. Stephanie walks away. Dean is still on camera, and then Dean goes like this, like making a face, like showing us he doesn't like Stephanie still, and making fun of her. That is pretty funny. So up next we had come back from a commercial, and this was absolutely god-awful and boring as hell. R-Truth is backstage with Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze is doing nothing. The guy is sitting, staring at his phone on a selfie stick. It was stupid as hell. Stupid-ass way of booking Tyler Breeze. The guy is better than this crap. But R-Truth is talking to him, saying, well, we are a team, we are together. And then Goldust shows up. And Goldust is like the jealous ex-boyfriend of R-Truth. I don't get it, it's stupid. This has been going on way too long. So then Goldust says, R-Truth, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me jealous, aren't you? And then Goldust says, well, I have my own partner. And then Fandango comes out, gets in the segment. Fandango then starts, him and Goldust start moving their hips like they're humping the air, like Ric Flair was humping everything in Camp WWE. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the first episode of Camp WWE. They got Ric Flair portrayed very oddly. Like, the guy is a fucking horny-ass freak. I mean, he goes into the woods with a bear or some type of animal, and it acts like he has sex with the bear. It's very odd. But it was pretty funny. Ric Flair in the entire episode, just about, the guy is humping everything and wooing every chance he gets. It's pretty crazy. My thoughts on Camp WWE, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. I enjoyed it. It wasn't super entertaining. It wasn't great, but it was good. I enjoyed it. And the best part, in my opinion, of Camp WWE is Vince McMahon giving his voice to his character. No other characters have their own voice except Vince. The other voices are character actors or voice actors. So Vince gives his own voice to his own character, and it was pretty damn funny. Some of the stuff he said, some of it was profanity, and it was damn funny. And profanity does make stuff funnier, in my opinion, in comedy shows. I mean, in the beginning, right away, Vince says asshole when some car's trying to drive into Camp WWE, and Vince's mouth shuts on the car. And then Vince says, I wasn't done talking, asshole. That was pretty funny. And then Vince drops the words jerk off, asshole again, I think. And Triple H and R-Truth are dropping shit. They say shit. I believe Stone Cold, the teenager Stone Cold character in the show, drops the word motherfucker. That was pretty funny. I enjoy Camp WWE because the adults, especially that have the network, the adults need some entertaining show to watch. In my opinion, it was entertaining. It's an adult comedy. I wish it wasn't a cartoon because I'm not a fan of cartoons really at all. So back to Raw. After the R-Truth, Tyler Breeze, Goldust, and Fandango humping the air, that was a god-awful segment. So they tease a match between, I guess, Goldust and Tyler Breeze later. Come back from commercial, or up next, AJ Styles is backstage with Luke and Carl Anderson. He's talking to them like he knew he almost had to win and almost won the WWE title and he was this close, stuff like that. And then Roman Reigns shows up in the fucking segment. He shows up, gets boos right away. Roman is not liked by a lot of fans because his character fucking sucks. How he's booked, he sucks. As how he's booked and how he's used and how he's portrayed, it fucking sucks in my opinion. But whatever, it's fun to cheer. It will be fun for Extreme Rules to cheer AJ over Roman again. And I'll be Team AJ Styles all the way. Every time when he's against Roman. So we come back from, I guess, a commercial. Goldust is up against Tyler Breeze. And I did not care. Over 70% did not care because I put out a poll asking people to vote, do you care about Goldust versus Tyler Breeze? Over 70% voted they didn't care. So 70% is with me that they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a rat's ass about Goldust versus Tyler Breeze. Nothing against them as people or talents. They're very good. It's just nobody cared. This match should have been on Superstars. Up next, the New Day comes out. Cuts a promo, gets a huge pop. New Day gets a massive pop. They're super over. And then the Vaudevillains come out. They get a lot of boos, pretty good heat on the Vaudevillains. And they start bringing up, I didn't think they'd go there, but the Vaudevillains start talking about Enzo Amore's injury. And they start ripping on him, saying how they took out Enzo Amore and he's soft and he's not coming back because he's got injured and stuff like that. So they get good heel heat, but I was kind of surprised they brought up Enzo's injury. Obviously, Enzo Amore, the guy, loves the business. I'm sure he was all for it, for them bringing him up in a storyline. I mean, if I was in wrestling and I got injured, I would not mind at all if they brought up my injury in a storyline. I would not get upset. I mean, that's wrestling. If you get upset, you probably shouldn't be in wrestling. Or if you get upset at storylines and stuff like that, well, you probably shouldn't be a fan. So, New Day, then the Vaudevillains get good heat, and then the Dudleys come out, and the Dudleys get a pretty good face pop. That was funny. I guess people were happy to see the Dudleys because the Vaudevillains were not liked on the mic when they were talking. And then Big Cash, Colin Cassidy comes out. He gets a great pop. It was great to hear Enzo Amore's theme song. It was great to hear it. I kind of thought maybe Enzo might come out with a neck brace on, but I understand why he did not. He's probably at home resting and will probably be at home for over a month resting because he has to pass all these concussion tests that WWE makes their talent pass. So then Enzo talks on the mic, does his gimmick, says you are SAWFT. That's always good stuff. Always gets a great reaction from the crowd. And then a brawl breaks out between the Dudleys, the New Day, the Vaudevillains, and Colin Cassidy. A big brawl breaks out. And then they go to commercial. And then the 8-man tag is already started. In the ring, it's the New Day and Colin. The New Day and Cash against, I feel funny calling him Colin Cassidy, but that's the guy's name. But I'll just call him Cash. New Day and Cash up against the Vaudevillains and the Dudleys 8-man tag. This match, the New Day and Cash win. By the way, Tyler Breeze defeated Goldust. I still think nobody cares. At least I didn't. New Day and Cash win. It was a long tag match, but I thought it was good. Up next, this was great. I loved seeing these two women come out and have a match and get some time on Raw. Get some TV time, it's about time. Becky Lynch going up against Emma. People on Twitter that know me know that I am a huge fucking mark of Emma's. I always have been for at least 3-4 years now. I think she's a hell of a talent. And she looks great also. That always helps when you look great. Becky Lynch, hell of a talent also, fan of hers, and she looks pretty good also. So Emma, Becky, this match, I wish it would have been longer. It was basically a dream come true for me to see these two face off. Emma wins when she hit a Michinoku driver, and Becky kind of landed on the back of her head. But I think she's okay, but that was pretty scary. Hopefully Becky is okay and didn't suffer a concussion or anything like that. It was great to see Emma win. Up next, we had the Ambrose Asylum with Stephanie McMahon as a guest. It started off kind of slow, and then Stephanie gets pissed off when Ambrose kept poking her, trying to get her to snap. And I thought Stephanie was going to bitch slap Ambrose at one point and just snap. But she did not. Instead, Stephanie says, well, guess what? Your Ambrose Asylum is now canceled. I mean, that sucked. And then Ambrose picks up the plant. I guess it has a name, which I didn't pay attention to, but I guess it got a name. The plant's name was Mitch. Ambrose takes the plant out of the ring. Stephanie says, yeah, you can leave now and get the stepping. Is this 1999? I haven't heard get the stepping since 99. That was just super outdated reference to say that. It was made Stephanie look old. And I think she's close to 40, so she is pretty old, but that won't stop me. I don't make jokes about Stephanie's looks or how she dresses. I would bang Stephanie McMahon. I have no doubt about that. And I'm not embarrassed to admit that. I would bang her in a heartbeat, in a second. So, I don't know why I just admitted that, but I would. Just being real here on my review. So, Stephanie cancels Ambrose Asylum. Then she brings out Chris Jericho and says, the highlight reel is back. Jericho comes out, which from his tweet he put saying, bye, thank you WWE Universe. I'm going to not be seen for a while, whatever he said. He hinted at not coming back like his run is over. But he obviously swerved us. He comes out and he gets in the ring, attacks. Him and Dean start fighting. Dean is on the outside. Jericho picks up the plant Mitch and smashes it over Ambrose's back of his head. That was looked pretty brutal. But I'm sure the plant, whatever broke, I'm sure it wasn't real glass. I'm sure it didn't hurt at all. But it looked great on TV like it did hurt. And then he hits a code breaker, and then he broke the plant over his head. So that was pretty good stuff. Up next, we had a Battle Royal, which I was pretty surprised. There was a Battle Royal, but I was happy to see a Battle Royal on Raw. It's about time. Battle Royal winner gets a U.S. title shot, probably at Extreme Rules. I'm pretty sure at Extreme Rules. Titus O'Neil, his music hit. He came back. He returned to the ring finally on Raw. He didn't win the Battle Royal, sadly, but it was really good to see Titus O'Neil back. The guy should have never been suspended. The guy should have been fined $5,000, and that's it. My opinion, he should have never been suspended. Titus is back. Darren Young is in there. Damian Sandow's in there. Dolph Ziggler. Baron Corbin. The Social Outcasts, Slater, Axel, and Bo Dallas, because Adam Rose is suspended. He's not going to be back for a while. And if he does come back, he might be released, because Adam Rose put out a statement saying him and his doctor, no, he shouldn't have failed the drug test, whatever. So Adam Rose, when he returns, he might have heat on him, and he might be released. I hope he isn't released, because the guy is a family. Anyways, the Battle Royal, who I believe got eliminated first, and also Rusev, Del Rio, Sheamus were also in the Battle Royal, formerly of the League of Nations. They broke up last week, I believe, on SmackDown, when they all started attacking each other. Or Sheamus attacked Rusev and Del Rio, I believe. Anyways, I'm glad the League of Nations is over. They were pretty boring, and they were a group too long. It went on too long. I'm glad it's over. And Barrett is nowhere to be found. The guy probably was told he can go home and sit home and be paid for 1 or 2 more months. Just be paid for sitting at home. And then his contract will be over because he decided not re-sign. So Wade Barrett is gone. He's been off TV for 2 or 3 weeks. I believe the League of Nations attacked him on Raw after WrestleMania. They beat him down, so Barrett is gone. He's out of the WWE. I do not expect him to see him back for at least 3 years or never. And is Barrett a Hall of Famer? No, he's not. Sorry for you Wade Barrett fans. The guy, I don't think will ever be inducted in the Hall of Fame, but maybe he will be, because Coco Beware was, and that guy never held one title. At least Wade Barrett held the Intercontinental title in his career. So, I believe Damian Sandow gets eliminated first. And Kalisto was on commentary, the reigning U.S. champion. I mean, Sandow getting eliminated, I believe, first. That was fucking pathetic and stupid as fuck. And I'll tell you why. Because Damian Sandow is over with the fans. The guy gets cheered every time he's on TV. But you refuse to push the guy. You refuse to even acknowledge that he's part of your roster, and that you still pay him every, 2 weeks, whenever the talent gets paid. I don't know how often they get paid. But Damian Sandow is a fucking talent. Watch what the guy did last year when he was Damien Mizdow. The guy is a fucking super talent. The guy, if he's put in WWE films, the guy would be a better actor than The Miz. I mean, he played The Miz better than The Miz. He was awesome as Damien Mizdow. And then they put him in a fucking Macho Man Randy Savage parody, which was god-awful. But Damian Sandow, again, the guy is so talented. The guy made the Macho Man parody gimmick work. He made it work. He was Macho Mandow. He made it work, even though I didn't like the gimmick they gave him, because it was stupid. and Curtis Axel at the time was playing Axel Mania still, and then they had Damien Macho Man Dow and Curtis Axel Mania teaming up, and they were doing the handshake, and they were the Mega Powers in 2015. Ooh, yeah, it was stupid as hell. I love the Macho Man to death. The guy is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's in my top 5 or 10 all time. The guy was tremendous at everything he did in the ring, at his promos. Macho Man, one of the greatest of all time. So, I don't like Macho Man parodies really at all, except Jay Lethal in TNA when he was Black Machismo. He did a pretty damn good job of it. Damien Sandow did a good job of the Macho Man parody, but I'm not a fan of parodies. I think it's lazy of the creative team to give a talent a parody gimmick. It's stupid. So, Damien Sandow gone, eliminated very quickly, which pissed me the fuck off. It was fucking pathetic that they keep putting the guy on TV to either not have a match or lose in less than a minute or get eliminated from a battle royal first. I don't know what Damien Sandow did. I don't know if the guy has heat with the company. I do not think he has heat with the company because the guy seems like a stand-up good guy. Damien Sandow is great to his fans. The guy is great on Twitter if you're a fan of his. I'm sure he's great to fans in person. So I don't know what, if Sandow has heat backstage, I have no clue. But the guy's booked like crap. The guy's shit on constantly and treated like shit, and it's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic how they treat Damien Sandow. The guy's a hell of a talent. The guy was one of my favorites. Still is one of my favorites, but I don't see him ever getting pushed, ever. So you better just fucking, WWE just fucking release Sandow and let him move on with his life, and maybe Sandow's happy getting a paycheck from WWE. Maybe he's happy and he's going to stay there until his contract runs out, and then maybe he'll just leave. But if I was Sandow, I'd be so fed up I would ask for my release, but maybe he still wants to get paid good money, so that's why he doesn't ask for his release, and I don't blame him for staying, for getting a good paycheck. But Sandow, if the guy doesn't get a good push before his next contract, he better just leave and not re-sign. So Sandow thrown out. Darren Young thrown out. Titus O'Neil eliminated. Sheamus gets eliminated. The final 4 were Rusev, Sheamus, Del Rio, formerly the League of Nations, against Zack Ryder. That was the final 4. The fans were clearly behind Zack Ryder. And this was awesome. Del Rio eliminates Sheamus with a super kick. Sheamus then falls off the apron, gets eliminated. That was fucking awesome. I loved that spot because I do not like Sheamus. As a character, I hate his character. The guy, not only does he look stupid, but he's annoying as fuck. And nobody cares about him. And I don't know any Sheamus fans. If you are, good for you. Keep being a fan of his. Don't let my opinion of him sway you. So Del Rio eliminated Sheamus. That was great. And Rusev, or Del Rio, I believe, got eliminated by Ryder, I think. And then Ryder, it's down to Ryder and Rusev, the final 2 left in the Battle Royal. Ryder actually looked like he was going to win it, and the crowd started really getting behind him, really cheering for him, really wanting him to win it, but then Rusev reversed the move and threw Ryder over the top rope. Ryder gets eliminated. He's eliminated. He's gone. Rusev wins. The Battle Royal is a new #1 contender. I'm happy about this. I think Rusev has a lot of talent, so I'm happy about it. Out comes Lana. She looked fucking great, as always. So it's going to be Rusev against Kalisto at Extreme Rules for the U.S. title. It might be a ladder match. It might be some other gimmick match because the pay-per-view is called Extreme Rules. Kind of a rip-off of WCW Uncensored, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. Uncensored was, the last Uncensored was in 2000, and it was pretty god-awful. But whatever. Extreme Rules came around, I believe, way after Uncensored. I know it did way after Uncensored. But the gimmick of Extreme Rules, if you think about it, if you ever watched WCW or you watch them on the network, and you're a new fan, watch Uncensored pay-per-views, it's kind of like the Extreme Rules concept, in my opinion. So up next, we had Charlotte and Ric Flair come out, women's champion Charlotte, talking on the mic for a while about the controversy at Payback and the screw job finish from Charles Robinson, aka Little Nature Boy. So then they call out Little Nature Boy. He comes out and then he admits when he's talking, he goes, Charlotte says, did the decision that you're close with us, did the decision sway you in the finish? And he goes, he admits it. He goes, yes, the decision did sway me because I'm close to you guys. And then he goes, wait, no, it didn't. But he already fucking admitted it. So that is pretty funny. And then Ric Flair talks and goes, and Charlotte goes, you are now dismissed, Little Nature Boy. And Ric Flair gives Little Nature Boy a fist bump, and they all are about to leave the ring happy, and then Natalya's music hits. She comes out. Finally, Natalya comes out to save the segment. And I'm not going to rip on Charlotte. I do not think she's bad on the mic. She is fine. She's only been in the business 3 or 4 years. Or like 2.5 years, maybe. I don't know how long. She'll get better on the mic as long as she keeps cutting promos every week and talking on the mic. So, Natalya comes out, Charlotte bails out of the ring, and then Ric Flair gets on the mic, says something, and then Natalya knocks down Ric Flair, puts him in the sharpshooter, steals his Rolex watch, and takes his Hall of Fame ring, which was pretty damn funny. And then Natalya put on the Hall of Fame ring. That was pretty funny, and that was great to see. So I guess now Natalya is a Hall of Famer. I'm just kidding, but you could call her a Hall of Famer because she has a ring. And she has a watch, and Charlotte and Ric Flair were pretty pissed, but they walked to the back. Raw comes back from commercial. And Stephanie runs into Charlotte and Ric Flair, talking to them, saying, I know, Rick, you have had a long relationship with my family and Triple H. You were in Evolution, but you're banned from ringside at Extreme Rules. And Natalya is getting a rematch for the Women's Championship at Extreme Rules. It is a submission match. So that should be good. That should be good, great stuff to see. Good match. It will be entertaining. Hopefully Natalya wins the title because she has to become women's champion before SummerSlam. She has to. She just has to, in my opinion. I mean, it has to happen that Charlotte does the job for Natalya and gives her the women's title. Because that would make the most sense after Natalya has been screwed by Little Nature Boy. And maybe they'll come up with another way at Extreme Rules maybe to screw Natalya again. I don't know how, but Flair's banned from ringside, so maybe Little Nature Boy will come out and help Charlotte again. I don't know. But it's great to see Natalya get her payback tonight on Raw. At least a little bit of payback. And get a Hall of Fame ring out of it all. She might have been screwed, but she has Ric Flair's Hall of Fame ring at least. And his watch. So up next is the main event. We all know what the main event was. It was the Usos and Roman Reigns against AJ Styles, Anderson, and Gallows. Basically, the Bullet Club from New Japan. But they're not going to call him Bullet Club in WWE because that would not be PG, calling a group a Bullet Club. America has insane gun violence, which I can't stand, and it makes me sick, but whatever. Guns aren't going to go away. I wish they would. Anyways, so, main event. It was decent. It wasn't great, but any match with AJ Styles I am interested in. So AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson get the win. That was great. AJ got the pinfall. I was very happy to see that. It was good stuff. And then at the end, AJ was going to use a chair and bash Roman Reigns' head in. I wish he would have, and split his head open like a watermelon. I wish he would have hit him in the fucking head with the chair. And Gallows and Anderson were holding Roman. They were holding him down. But then AJ, because he's a good guy, he's not a bad guy. AJ is a real good guy, in my opinion. Backstage and in real life, AJ is a good guy. And in the ring, he's a great guy. He is a hell of a talent. So AJ, because he's a good guy, throws the chair down, decides to not use it against Roman. And then the stupid Usos get in the ring. Anderson and Gallows leave the ring, or they get attacked. Or first, the Usos, one of them, because they're twins, I can't tell the difference who is who. One of the Usos hit AJ on the back with a chair. That pissed me off, but whatever. So now the Usos are kind of acting like heels, or like they're going to turn heels with Roman. I don't know. So then the Usos super kick Anderson and Gallows out of the ring. And they go out of the ring. Then AJ Styles uses a chair on one of the Usos. I was happy to see that. I marked out. And then stupid Roman is waiting behind AJ like he's about to spear him. I thought he was going to spear him. But no. Roman decided to do something worse than the spear. His fucking stupid ass, lame ass, bullshit, weak ass finish, the Superman punch. He hits the Superman punch on AJ. This is what I think of the Superman punch. I fucking hate it. It's one of the lamest finishers in the history of the business, in my opinion. Spear is also a fucking lame ass finish, and Roman sucks at doing it. So, then Roman Reigns, after the fucking annoying Superman punch, when I saw him hit that just pissed me off even more to hate Roman. And then he goes he tries to throw AJ over the top rope, and I don't think AJ was ready to go over the top rope, and fucking unsafe working fucking asshole Roman Reigns grabs AJ by the head, throws him, tries to throw him over the top rope, and AJ catches his head and neck on the top rope. And it almost looked like AJ could have suffered. I mean, think about it. Look at what happened. Go back and watch it. AJ could have suffered what Enzo Amore suffered at Payback, which was tragic. AJ could have suffered that because of fucking unsafe, stupid-ass Roman Reigns. Just grabbing AJ by the head and neck and throwing him towards the ropes when AJ was way too close to the ropes to even jump over, in my opinion. So Roman looked fucking unsafe, like a fucking jerk-off. How he treated AJ Styles, just throwing him up against the top rope. That was bad. That was not good, and that pissed me off even more than the Superman punch. And I didn't think I could get more pissed off than I did when I saw him hit the Superman punch, but I actually did, because he could have injured AJ, and that would have fucking really pissed me off. So Roman, to me, the fucker looked unsafe. The fucking scumbag looked unsafe. I'm not saying the guy off TV is a scumbag. I'm talking about his fucking character. The guy was acting like a fucking jerk-off. So then he attacks AJ on the outside of the ring, and the stupid announcers, I don't know who it was, saying, "Roman Reigns has finally snapped. He is snapped. He's out of control. He's snapped. Who gives a fuck? I didn't give a fuck. Anyways, it was horse shit. Roman's unsafe, in my opinion. Roman cannot put on a 5-star match without a talent like AJ Styles. Triple H. He's a great worker, but Triple H couldn't even pull a good match out of Roman. AJ did because AJ carried the entire fucking main event. And Gallows and Anderson also interfered, and they carried it, and the entire main event was pretty much overbooked. And AJ carried Roman. If you don't think he did, you're a fucking idiot. AJ's a veteran. He probably should carry Roman. Roman could learn a lot from AJ. But Roman, to me, tonight looked unsafe and pissed me the fuck off. And then he puts him through a table on the outside of the fucking ring, which pissed me off even more. And the crowd really turned on Roman and really booed his ass. When he put AJ through the table, he got booed, and he should have got booed because he's a fucking asshole. And yes, I know the difference. I know it's a fucking work. I know the business is a work. And maybe some of you think I shouldn't be getting so pissed off about what Roman did. But I'm pissed off because the guy could have fucking hurt AJ when he threw him into the ropes. AJ could have ended up like Enzo Amore. And nobody wants to see that happen to anybody in WWE. I don't want to see that happen to Roman. To end up like Enzo. I don't want to see what happened to Enzo. I would not want to see that even happen to Sheamus. Or the Usos. Usos, that's what I think of them. Roman Reigns, that's what I think of him. Not a fan of theirs. At all. And it's all his character. It is all Roman Reigns' fucking character and how he's presented. And how he talks. And how he cuts promos. And he probably reads off a fucking script. Every promo he does is probably script written for him by their creative team. If I was in the WWE, I refuse to read a script and I'd cut my own promos because I have fucking brains in my head to come up with my own fucking words. Roman can't do that. He's not a bad guy. He's not a good guy. Whoever gave him that load of horse shit should be fired and punched in the fucking face. Anyways, whoever wrote that for him, I swear to God, they should be punched in the fucking face. I hope Vince didn't come up with that crap. Probably a stupid Hollywood writer did that doesn't know jack shit about WWE or pro wrestling. And whatever. Some Hollywood writers in WWE, I'm sure they do a great job at being a writer because they've probably done it for years and years. But whatever. Hollywood writers, in my opinion, shouldn't be involved in wrestling. But that's not going to stop WWE from hiring them. So, I didn't like what Roman did tonight. Made me hate the guy and his character even more. Hopefully the fucker turns full heel. So by Extreme Rules, hopefully Roman is turned full 100% heel. That's the best thing to do with the fucking guy. And don't even have him talk. He doesn't need to cut promos and talk. Have the fucking Usos talk for him. Or have Roman Reigns get a fucking manager. I don't know. Have Paul Heyman come back and be Roman Reigns' talking piece for him. Roman doesn't need to talk. He shouldn't be talking because the fucker can't even talk and cut a promo. Hope you enjoyed my Raw St. Louis review. I was happy that Team AJ, Gallows, and Anderson won. Very happy about that. I might not look happy, but I am. And what Roman did, the fucker could have injured AJ. I don't like that. And the fucking character really gets on my nerves. Roman Reigns is so fucking boring. The guy puts me to sleep. The guy only has like 3 moves. The fucker, in my opinion, is worse than Cena. And I don't even hate Cena, but Cena basically has 5 moves and some other stuff. So, Roman's character, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. They're trying to turn him heel slowly, I guess. because he took out AJ tonight. So obviously next week he's going to get booed everywhere by everybody. And he was already getting booed anyways by probably 85% of the audience in the crowd. So I don't know who the fuck is a fan of this Roman Reigns character. I'm sure not. The guy's weak as fuck. I hate his finishers. He can't cut promos, and he's booked like Super Cena 2.0. And I guess he's turning heel now, so hopefully he is. I got nothing else to say. Roman, your character sucks, and the only people that probably are a fan of you are fucking horny cougars that are single moms at home. So, anyways, and probably fucking little 10-year-olds are probably fans of Roman Reigns. That's it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my Raw St. Louis review. Follow me on Twitter at TNA WWE Guy. Also at NXT WWE Guy. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. New videos every single week from me. New videos, probably 90% of them are about wrestling. Because wrestling is a fucking huge part of my life. And it is part of my life for life. The other part of my life is family and my girlfriend. So, bye for now, everybody. Hope you enjoyed my Raw St. Louis review. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter. You know where to find me on Twitter. I'm there every Monday, Wednesday, every pay-per-views. Bye for now.